I'm gonna just kick this off and say first and foremost, thank you God that we're here. I'm saying this because I just got word that my cousin had to evacuate her home. Not sure when this is gonna come out, but just want to send love to everybody out there on the West Coast and LA. It's crazy. It's one of them things that you hear about all the time, but it never really hits you until it affects somebody you know. You know, wildfires happen every time. But yeah, I just found out and then saw some pictures and stuff. So just want to send some love and say God be with everybody out on the West Coast first and foremost.
Amen, for sure.
Second, that is, man, welcome to the Risk Takers, man. I'm your boy, Chasing Summer. This is my host, Los with the most.
So.
Yes, sir, in the building. And today we got a very special risk taker because he also happens to be our sponsor from Stock to Bar Vodka. His name is, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, bro.
Daryl Reece. How
Daryl
y'all
Reece in
doing
the
today?
building.
They call me Mr. Stock the Bar.
Mr. Stock to Bar.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad about it, man. I'm so happy. I'm happy to be a part of this movement that y'all putting together. And I think it's a great movement. And like I said, man, I'm glad to be a part of it. You know, some younger cats that's younger than me that I can pour into and they can pour into me. And I love it.
Appreciative.
For sure. This is definitely different. You know, I Daryl cut what 3 generations of my family now.
3 generations.
My pops, my brother, and then his son.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy being on this level now. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So.
I know, man. I remember y'all was helping me in the backyard. Y'all was about 11. Y'all was hot, sweaty. But y'all helped me out, man. Y'all always show me love, the whole family, man. You know, y'all good people, and like I said, man, I appreciate seeing what you doing, what y'all all doing, and I love it, man. I love it.
I appreciate it. So let's just get right into it. Who was Daryl Reece?
Well, Daryl Reece is born and raised in Ben Harbor. I like to tell people I moved to Kalamazoo, Michigan when I was in the 6th grade. So I was born in Ben Harbor, raised in Ben Harbor. My mom went to Western. I went to Woods Lake Elementary. Then I went to South Junior High. So I grew up in Kalamazoo from 7th grade to 11th grade. Then I went back to Ben Harbor for my senior year where I graduated. I had to graduate from the crib. But I was getting in trouble, and my mom said my dad had to handle me. So that's the real reason I went back. But that's me, man. I've been in Grand Rapids 25 years now. It'll be 25 years this year. I've been cutting hair for 25 years, married for 25 years.
God bless.
God's good, man. So that's Daryl Reece, man. In a nutshell, that's just, you know, I'm here, man. By the grace of God, I'm here to every day to be a loving husband, a risk taker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're here.
For sure.
Well, why don't we get into it? Well, we know who you are. What is Stock to Bar Vodka, and how did that journey start?
Okay. Stock to Bar Vodka started in this basement. 2010, I'm from Ben Harbor in Kalamazoo, like I said. I had no friends and things like that, and I was going to CC. And my wife and I bought our house a few years before, and we had no basement. It wasn't finished. And my wife said, once you graduate school, you can get your basement done the way you want it done. And I got it done, and we got a wet bar built. And I said I had no friends, so I said, I'm going to invite some friends and family up. Everybody bring a fifth, stock my bar, and we call it a Stock the Bar party. And it started with 30, 40 people. Most of them were from Ben Harbor and Kalamazoo. And then it grew and grew over the years till we had like 250 people in this basement, outside, through the house, everywhere. And people was parking all the way in J.C. Penney's old parking lot where Mr. Burger is, and they would walk to the house. And my wife said no more. It was too much because we had a table we put out. I provide the food and entertainment. And we had 250 people, and I usually had like 205th left over unopened.
So you was the one that had the streets blocked off when I was trying to come through when I was younger.
And I used to notify the neighbors, you know, see if they want to come, you know, things like that. But I didn't think it would grow to that. I just thought I needed to be around some of my friends because I cut hair every day and I came home. That's all I did. So it grew. My wife said no more, so we had it at a friend that built this basement, Josh Ross. This was his first big job. He had a house on 84th Street, and he said, well, have it here. And we had it for a Floyd Mayweather fight. And I sold shirts. It was like 100 and some shirts I got made, and I said Stock the Bar 2014 on them. And people bought them, but they wore the shirts to the event. It was an outside event, and they came from all over, man, and they really cut their shirts up, and it really was phenomenal. And it was outside. I liked the outside feel. It was a bonfire. People could be themselves. So we had like 200 and 300 people there.
Wow.
And a friend of mine, Anthony Lambert, he's from here, but he lives in Muskegon. He said, you should turn that into a business. And I said, what type of business? Why would I even do something like that? I'm fine. I cut hair, have a few events. And I did. So we started having it at venues the year after. 2015, and a friend of mine whose daughter passed away from leukemia years prior, they had an endowment fund through Western Michigan University. Stryker and Western Michigan University had a endowment fund. I said, well, I had 5 people get together, and we said, let's have a committee, and we call it $5 and a fifth. So we can donate the $5 to her endowment fund. Wow. So we had that, so everybody brought a fifth, $5, and we donated that to her endowment fund, and we had entertainment. We had Mrs. Stock the Bar 2015. We had food. We had DJ Larry Maddox.
Yeah,
still
Larry
does
Maddox.
our parties. And we just start growing and growing. So over the years, we started donating to the Boys and Girls Club because I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club in Kalamazoo on Lake Street. And Ben Harbor got a Boys and Girls Club now, and they have them here in Grand Rapids. So I said, well, I'm going to start donating to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kalamazoo, Ben Harbor, and Grand Rapids. So we started having the party, and people would bring fifth, but then we started having it where don't bring any liquor. It's a ticket price. And we will provide, my wife and I will provide all the entertainment, the liquor, and everything. I buy the bar, but you really ain't drinking nothing but Stock the Bar vodka, you know. So we started having it. We had it, and we had catering company, J&J, a Taste of Home Catering, people I grew up with. They would come all the way up from Indianapolis and do it for nothing. Mm-hmm. And I didn't ask them to do that, but she said, Juanita Coleman said, working together works. And ever since then, she's been doing it at our events. So it just grew and grew until 2018. We had ours at a big event. We had like 300 people. And we donated $3,000 to the Boys and Girls Club, each Boys and Girls Club in Harbor, Kalamazoo, and Grand Rapids. So one day I was down here, I watched Drink Champs, which is done by Noriega. Used to be CNN, you know, Capone and Noriega. So I was watching their show, and I was thinking to myself, man, I need to do something more. So what I did is I started doing videos of buying Michigan-made alcohols. I would go to Reese's and buy a bottle every week, and I would give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And just doing something. It wasn't getting much traction, but people said start tagging people. So I tagged the distilleries. And the distillery, Michigan Distillery in Lansing, Michigan, got in touch with me, Mike Bird, and said, would you like to come out with your own vodka? And I said, nobody does that. And he said, well, you can. I said, nah, can't nobody do that one because I ain't heard of it. You know, it was unheard of in 2018, 2019. So for 10 months, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I prayed. I came down here in my basement. I got on my knees. I prayed. I meditated, and I went to Mr. Burger across the street at 6 o'clock every morning for 5 days a week for 10 months. And first, though, let me go back. I told my wife about my idea, and she wasn't on board at all because I wasn't on board at all. So I understood why she wasn't on board because it was something never heard of. And I convinced her. It took a while. And one day, me and my wife was sitting in our Lazy Boys upstairs. She sit in hers, and I sit in mine. And I said, baby, I had a dream last night that God told me I got an old school car. I'm sorry I'm all over the place.
No,
but I got
brother.
I got an old school car, 86 442. My wife bought for me 2009. Only got 50,000 miles on it.
Beautiful car, by the way.
Yeah.
What color is it?
Your dad, blue. It's only 3 colors that came in, but his dad took pictures of it. Remember that years ago before he was See, I knew him before he was taking pictures. When his dad was the picture man. You know, so I was gonna sell it to start the business, you know, because I never took money from Stock the Bar out of our household money. I either sold shirts or used my tips at the shop to fund my parties. So I never took money out the household because it wasn't a dream of my wife's. It was just me having fun. So I was gonna sell my car, and she was cool with it. She bought it for me, and I was like, okay, I can get about $15,000 for it. So, and it cost a significant amount to start the business. And she wasn't on board, and I wasn't on board. But I woke up one day, and God spoke to me in a dream and said, "Don't sell your car." And I was sitting in there, and my wife said, "You know what? I thought about it. Don't sell your car. We'll fund it." And when she told me that, I knew then it was destined to happen. So I came down every day. I promised God that I would sacrifice something. And the thing I sacrificed was waking up every morning, getting on my knees, praying to him. I had different chairs there then. I get on my knees. I would pray before I get on my phone. And I still do that to this day. Anywhere I'm at in the world, the country, everywhere I'm at, no matter what, I get on my knees wherever I'm at, hotel, wherever, Jamaica, wherever. I'm doing that before I get on my phone. Because once I get on my phone, I'm on my phone. I'm a phone guy. You know, I ain't going to front. I'm trying to hustle. So I did that, man, and I prayed. I went to Mr. Burger at 6 o'clock every morning, learned how to sell, learned how to brand, learned Michigan alcohol laws, and I read that all millionaires read 4 to 5 books a month. So I started reading 4 to 5 books a month because I didn't want to cheat the system. I figured these people got to know better than me. All I do is cut some hair, and I'm from Ben Harbor.
That's real.
So I went over there until it was time to come to work. I come get off, go pick my wife up. I did that for 10 months until we came out to distribution December 1st, 2019. The same day as marijuana became officially legal in Michigan. Same day. So it was that early morning grind of waking up at 4:30. I don't do that no more, but I needed to do that to sacrifice, to understand that faith with hard work is dead.
Faith without works is dead.
So I don't know a lot of scriptures, but I know that one, and I know that one will come true. So we came into distribution, man. December 1st, 2000. We had a big party. We had a different looking label at the time. I had a lot of help. All my friends and family has helped along the way. And, yeah, we got a Vodka. That was 2019, man. And now we over we're in 119 Meyer in the state of Michigan. We're in over 464 stores. Van Andel Arena partnered with the Grand Rapids Gold in the Detroit area, Ben Harbor, Kalamazoo, Muskegon, Uccellos. It's numerous places.
AC Hotel.
AC Hotel. We down at the AC Hotel 26. We got a Thirsty Thursday, the 23rd of so 6 to 9. Be there, be square. And we do it as a networking event. I do it the Thirsty Thursdays to patronize the restaurants that carry our vodka. So on a night that they're slow, I'm bringing 50 to 60 people to sell some alcohol, just talk to each other, fellowship, network on a night, need some food, make them some money on a slow night, and show them that, we appreciate them and we thank you for allowing us to be in their establishment. Because anybody put your spirit or anything in their place, they have to take something off the shelf. And that's something that people need to know about any product. If yours go on, some got to come off. So it could be you coming off one day. So that's the constant grind of me every day as I do something every day. We just became the house vodka in the airport, Gerald R. Ford Airport.
Hey, big ups.
I got that message Christmas Eve.
Wow.
God he knew I needed that for the volume. And so we'll be the house vodka. We'll also be served in all their Bloody Marys at the Altitude restaurant and bar. So that happened. It's just everything is happening. I'm trying to get in a new soccer stadium. I emailed them today. I emailed the amphitheater.
I was about to say the amphitheater.
Yeah.
We got to get there.
Yeah, I'm working it.
We got to get there.
I did them emails today. So, I did it for the Kalamazoo building a new stadium. I did it today also. So the reason I have a job. I have a pretty good job. I own a barber shop. My wife and she does everything there. I do keep the maintenance up and cut hair, but without my wife, without God and my wife and good people around me, none of it's possible. I had the vision. I got to go get it, but nothing is possible without any of these people. You know, Grand Rapids people have been great, Ben Harbor people, Kalamazoo people, my wife's family, friends, they've all been great, man. Nothing could be done without them. I want to buy the family a boat one day. That's the running joke, is a boat where they call it Stock the Bar boat and the family can do it. But
Fire.
other than that, man, that's what I'm doing, man. You know, trying to show people that just with hard work and faith, anything is possible. You don't have to come from money. You don't have to be the smartest, because I'm not that, but you will not outwork me. A lot of times, like most of the times, I wouldn't do this after work. I'm tired.
I know. I'm glad we finally got it in. I know, how he told me. He told me, he's like, bro, be tired. I'm like,
yeah, I'll be tired. I'll turn 52 this year, man. God didn't give it to me in my 30s. He waited till I was 47. You know, so, but he gave it to me, and I'm still able to do it. So I'm going to do it, though, because I want to really do it for people that's coming behind me. Because I know somebody's going to want to know how to do this or how to do that, and I can be the one to say, because nobody teach me, man. I still haven't found a person yet that can teach me how to sell spirits in Michigan. I've read around the people. I talked a lot of Mike Bird from Michigan that did me the most, but I got a lot of mentors, but they business mentors. They're not alcohol mentors. They don't know the licensings, and this is all that I'm learning on the fly. Every day, people ask me a lot of questions, and I don't know them because, you know, a lot of stuff with Meyer, I didn't know till this year, and I've been in there 3 years, and I've been doing this. It'd be the 5th year of our vodka. December 1st just passed. I don't know. Thank you, man.
Definitely.
Thank
Blessings.
you. Blessings. I don't know though, but I'm willing to find out, man. I'm willing to teach somebody else. The best thing that ever happened to me along this journey is a young fella that I've been cutting for years said he wanted me to mentor him. And when he said that, I don't have children at all. My wife and I don't. So when he said that, that was like, okay, it's all worth it. I'm straight now.
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to the 2015, the fifth and the $5 in the fifth. Talk to me about the importance of community, because a lot of stuff that you do have everything to do with empowering, people after you. Because I know a couple months back, maybe it was earlier last year or 2023, we was talking about legacy, and he was like, I don't got no kids, but I was like, D, look what you're doing for the children. You know what I'm saying? You doing it in a way where even if it wasn't a financial gain, it's a mental gain. So talk to me about community and unity and your business practices.
Well, community, man, is huge to me because I'm from 3 cities. I've been in Grand Rapids 25 years. I'm a Grand Rapids cat. People don't want to say that, but I've been here longer than I've been anywhere.
So,
I mean, one city, you know what I'm saying? So Grand Rapids been good to me, man, and I'm going to be good to Grand Rapids. But I've been cutting hair 25 years, man. I done cut 3 generations of people. And I never thought that I've been mentoring and helping kids, but when people inbox me that I used to cut as a kid and now they're grown and have kids and they tell me how much of inspiration I was, and I'm like, I never meant to be that. It was just something I learned from my father-in-law, owning House of Style since 1959.
Shout out
3 of them.
Shout out House of Style.
He's been, and we've been running for the last 20 years, but everything that he done instilled in me is to give back. He started Sundays. So nobody was cutting hair on Sundays, man. So he started Sundays as a discount haircut day. So you got 3 or 4 kids. You paying half price for haircuts on a Sunday. And it was a big community thing. And I thought I'd just carry that along, man, with the Boys and Girls Club. Now I'm on the board of the Boys and Girls Club in Grand Rapids.
Congratulations.
That's just how it goes, God he brings it back to you. And then I started a nonprofit, my wife and I. It's called Pieces of Reese's Foundation. 2019, we started that, and we had our first event at Rosa Park Circle 2 years ago. We were able to give like $6,000 to different organizations, Boys and Girls Clubs. This year we just partnered with Coit Elementary. We gave them clothes and donations. We gave them money for different things, and that's what we're pushing more towards. So we call Stock the Bar now Always Giving, because we're trying to give with everything. People think he has an alcohol business, but it's not about the alcohol. It's about what comes from having the alcohol. It's just a vehicle to show other people that you can be an entrepreneur without a lot of schooling. And schooling is important. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But I just didn't have it. Yeah. My wife has it and things like that. But all I want to do is help people, help kids, help anybody I can. And my mom always say, "You gonna be a preacher one day." I said, "Oh no, not me. I'm so far from that." But mama's love is different, boys. She don't think I can do no wrong. But my pastor said, "You doing preaching here at the shop?"
That's true.
Been doing that for years, and I said, "Wow, this was just a couple of weeks ago." I said, "Okay," but so that community is, man, that's what it's all about.
For sure.
If you can't look out for another person or help out anybody, what you doing it for? Just go to work and be done. But if God gave me a vehicle to do something bigger, so the more I accomplish, the more I can give back and do things for.
With the book, for people who haven't read the book yet, y'all need to make sure I get your hands on this. Going through the chapters and reading the stories, you lost a lot of people young. Losing so many people close to you at a young age, how did that change, your value for life, growing up as an adult?
Yeah, that was tough. Being in Ben Harbor, you lost close friends, which most people did. That's not just me. And a lot of the people that I lost were closer with other people. And being in high school, when you go into a funeral and you got to wear all the same colors because somebody got shot or killed or, died, it's kind of hard. But, we kind of normalizing it, which we shouldn't. But it was hard. It was really hard, man. I had a lot of friends that looked out for me in Ben Harbor, a lot of people that I came up with. After I moved back from Ben Harbor to from Kalamazoo to Ben Harbor, even when they did things, they wouldn't involve me. And those people all know who they are because I tell them all the time. But those deaths is something to deal with. I mean, you guys deal with it. Everybody deals with it, but it hardens you. But you have to have empathy for people. You have to understand that everybody is going through something.
Absolutely.
No matter what you're going through, somebody is going through something maybe worse. But when it's you going through it, it's the worst. But it's tough, man. That was a tough period of my life, Ben Harbor and Kalamazoo, of deaths being young. So, yeah, that's what it was tough, man.
I just want to go back to what you were saying earlier about, the waking up every day and praying and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of get emotional over here because I'm kind of like in a space right now where I'm doing it. Like I've been fasting and just been like giving up everything. So like to hear you say that, it just hit me different. So I just want to say I appreciate you speaking on that, and thank you that you just include God in everything you do, because I think a lot of people don't give God enough glory when things go.
God, man, none of this is possible.
Were you raised in the church?
No, actually, I wasn't raised in the church. My mom raised me, and she worked, so I wasn't raised in the church at all. I always was spiritual, believed in. I knew it was a higher God. My dad always. If you say hi to my dad today, what he says is the best day of my life every day, no matter what. I say that on Facebook for the last 10 years. Every day, that's all I put. And I get that from my dad because he lived like that. But he was always spiritual. But my dad, I don't think he ever went to church. But me and my wife, she grew up in the church. And a few years ago, I got baptized. I'm in the church now. I mean, so now I am. But I didn't grow in the church, but I always knew God was the height of everything. Nothing was possible without God. I knew that. And that was the promise that I made to God, that I would do it. I do it this morning, every morning. I still do it. My knees hurt a little more. You know, I got to put a pillow down now. 5 years ago, I ain't had to put the pillow down, but now I put the pillow down, and I know that, man, nothing's possible without God. Even last week, I went to church, first time in a long time, and it was God's economics against world economics. And it was something I needed to see because I think I got away a little bit from chasing that bag, trying to do better, trying to make more money, trying to get there, which is nothing wrong with that. But I think I chase less towards God. I put more towards the money and the success. And when I heard that Sunday, it rearranged my whole thought. And my wife talked me into going to church Sunday, by the way.
Ain't that crazy how that happened, man?
And I love the church. I love my church. I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
It ain't long. You know, I got a church that not long. I ain't doing nothing but chilling.
Right.
And she talked me, and it was the best thing that happened this year so far. And I know that it's going to lead to, this is going to be the best year of Stock the Bar possible, because that rearranging of hearing that I realized, I got further away from what I need to be focusing on, which is God. All that's going to come once I pour more into what I need to pour into, and I needed to hear that. So now, man, I ain't even stressed no more. I used to be up all night worried about things and things like that. I already know I'm doing what's supposed to be done. I just wasn't, making him number one, strongly. He was number one, but it was like, okay, I'm still doing this.
Right.
Oh, I ain't doing nothing, man. Ain't nothing possible, because it could be gone tomorrow, man. This ain't nothing. So, I don't mean to get too deep into it.
Nah, that's great. Do
you know
you?
what I'm saying?
Nah, I appreciate it.
You know.
I needed to hear that, man. Like, it's a lot of things with God been going on around me, so I just had to, like, when you started saying what you were saying about getting on your knees every day, I'm like, yo, like, he talking to me through you right now, because it's like, that's how I've been, like, telling myself, like, okay, I just got to be on the ball this year with certain things and giving up certain things. So I'm glad that you said that.
That's the reason y'all here tonight. My wife said, she heard a quote years ago, and she says, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous.
Whew.
So we're not here right now just because we're here right now. It didn't work out before because it wasn't what you could have got in an accident on the way over.
Right.
There.
For sure.
Right. For sure.
This time right now, this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be listening to you, listening to this, and we're supposed to be talking to each other.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So I don't stress on, oh, man, that didn't work out. I give it 5-15 minutes when I stress about something. One of my friends, Bill Mans, he's the president of Bronson Hospital. He used to be the president of St. Mary's. He told me one day, I was talking on, and he was like, oh, it sounds like you got first world problems. And it hit me hard. Bam. First world problems. I'm complaining about Meyer, but I'm in Meyer. Wow.
So I just saw a quote last night. It said, what did it say? Along the lines of you complaining about the life you got right now, when it's plenty of people that are trade, their life for what you got right now, and what you think is the minimum is the high for a lot of people.
It is
Definitely.
It definitely is, man. It's it's relative on who you around and what you around, but I just know God. It ain't gonna happen without God. You can believe that, but don't be around me with that one. I'll tell you that. So.
Would you say?
Scoot the mic.
Oh, back. Okay, my bad. Would you say that were there any seeds planted like earlier in your life that you think led to where you're at today? Like that you saw, like, entrepreneurship is gonna be like the thing for me.
My father-in-law, but first my dad, man. My dad didn't graduate in 9th grade. Oldest son. My dad could have moved. I got a brother and a sister on my dad's side. My brother's a year younger. My sister's like 5 years older. And my dad always said he could have moved to California and left us. But he stayed in Benton Harbor and was a maintenance man at a project for 30 years just so we could be okay. And a lot of people, if they hear this from Benton Harbor, they all know my dad. He was a hooper. He brung a lot of kids with us. You know, they stopped me now, man, your dad did so much. So my dad sold into me. He might not know it. I'm little Daryl. He's big Daryl. Then meeting my father-in-law for the last 25 years, being an entrepreneur, being around him. The gems he dropped me is just tremendous. I didn't tell him about Stock the Bar at all. People always say, why you don't ask your father-in-law? He's a businessman. He don't want to hear that. He said he put 5 kids through college by cutting hair. He don't want to hear about no alcohol or nothing like that. Till one day somebody mentioned it and he mentioned it and he don't talk about it. But now he asks every time I talk to him, how's that alcohol business going? You know, so people have sold into me, my mom, my wife, man. Meeting my wife was the best thing that ever happened. And the way I met my wife, I don't mean to get off course again, but
Do your thing, man.
I was living in Kalamazoo when my cousin from Ben Harbor was getting married in Texas, Houston.
I was just telling her the story on the way over here.
Yeah, man. This was, and I never flew before. I was about 25, 26, 99 or something. So I flew down there. I'm at the airport. I see some people from, look like they from Grand Rapids. I don't know them. We get to the airport in Texas. I see these people again. My cousin is coming to pick them up. And one of the people is my wife now. And we all stayed at the same house. And so I've been knowing my wife since that day, and we've never been apart since that day.
Wow.
So I wrote a book in school. It was called A Flight to Love.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's real. That's so. I didn't go down there. I went down there to, in Texas. Man, I done came back with a 25-year marriage.
Tell the people how many kids you said she had.
She said she has 5 or 7. I think it was 7, bro. She said she had 7 kids, bro. And I asked her, Aunt Jessie, how many kids she said she got 7. I said, oh, no, I can't talk to her. She said, oh, no. She said, that girl, I ain't got no kids. And we've been together every day since, man.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
And we was using the calling cards. I was in Kalamazoo. We was using the calling cards to call each other. That was before the cell phone was just dropping.
Yeah.
Bro, Nextel was just dropping the chirp. And, and I started driving up here. And I knew when she was the one because I always been a hip-hop guy. I was always the one that had the magazines. Mm-hmm. So I knew when the new music come out once a month, I'd be at Rite Aid or Best Buy buying a magazine every Tuesday. And she seen me. And one day I got home and she sent the whole subscription to me at my house. I said, oh, this the one.
Yes, you the one. Lock it down.
I said, oh. So, because, I knew she paid attention. And then, man, it was just the one, man. I got a lovely wife that's supporting me. Didn't believe in it, but none of it could be possible like God first. And my wife, man, that's it. Other than that, man, I'm satisfied. As long as she happy, I'm happy. She let all these people run through this house, man. We had to. She didn't know these people from Ben Harbor. Pig Miller was coming from Atlanta. He played 11 years in the NBA from Ben Harbor. They was coming from Atlanta, North Carolina, man. They was coming from all over at this house. And my wife let them flush the toilets, clogging up the toilets, falling asleep in the backyards, man. She put up with a lot to get to where we at now, where she's a ride or die, what they call them, but she's a faithful, good woman, man. And I'm trying to be the same way. Yeah.
So you speak a lot about God. Oftentimes you hear, you put 50 in, God put 50 in. Mm-hmm. So, God gonna grant you whatever you need. Tell the people about the risk you have to take in order for, God to give you your blessing and, see what we got behind the Stock the Bar Vodka.
Man, it was putting that first check in the mail to get that vodka made.
How many digits?
It was some digits. It was more money than I had. Mm-hmm. It was more money than I had. And like
how did it feel? Like
it was scary. It's still scary. It was scary because I wasn't for sure. I had nobody to ask, how did you do it? And my wife asking me questions. I was driving down to Lansing where they make it at a lot. And I still didn't understand. And when I get back, she was like, so what about this? What about this? What about this? And I'm like, dang. you got this college degree. You asking these questions. So I ain't even asked what the percentage of the tax was and, things like that. So when it came time to write that check, man, and she was on board, because I was going to sell my car. I was good with it. When she was on board to do it, I was scared. Like, man, this is our money. I've never spent our money on me because I don't want a lot. And she said, cool. When that check went out, boy, I said, I got to make this work, God.
Mm-hmm.
I said, God, I need you now. I know I be needing you all the time.
Right now.
Because my wife going to wonder when this return going to come, because we didn't want to take money from people. To this day, people offering money, banks offering money. They, but my wife said to me, if you never sell another bottle, I'm happy and satisfied with you. When she said that, I figured I can run through that wall right now. If I don't make it, I'll be okay because she got it. Yeah. So when she told me that, man, a few years ago, what can be, but that check, boy, that was a tough one, man, writing that out your check. You've been saving and working hard for all these years, and you putting something on a dream that you don't know who to ask about. You don't know who can tell you about. Nobody can say if it's going to work. How you going to make this plan work? I didn't have no business plan. I didn't have no, you know what I'm saying? My wife took me to 6 cities in one day. We hit here, we hit Ben Harbor, we hit Muskegon, we hit all over Battle Creek, Kalamazoo.
All for the vodka.
She sit in the car. I run in there with my little satchel, tell my little spiel, my little story, D&W's, hood bars in Ben Harbor. I'm running around there. I'm going down there with
hustling.
the cats. I'm hustling. See, all my friends hustled when I came up. I was never a hustler. I sold drugs one day, and I didn't sell a drug. I was a one-day drug dealer, and I didn't do it. I took it back to my boy. He gave it to me. But all my friends hustled. A lot of them did prison time, did that, but I was the working guy. So I didn't know how to hustle. I didn't think I did until I did. So now I'm the one hustling. Everybody, they all good people now, working good. And I'm the one out here up at 6 in the morning. Yeah, man. Every day doing emails. Every day doing this. I need an assistant, but don't need an assistant. Just because it's just a lot of, I'm forgetting. I'll be like, man, I need somebody that can just do these flyers for me every day, man. I went and got some stationery made today. Had to leave work from cutting hair to go get that. I do this all the time, but I don't care, man. This is really nothing. I got first world problems.
Sure.
That's it.
Good. Go ahead.
Oh,
man.
So taking it back to the ownership question, like I said, for people who ain't read the book before, people who don't know the story, talk to me about how you got started at the barbershop and then how you end up having a stake in the company.
Okay, well, I met my wife. I was working at a factory in Kalamazoo, Contempo Colors. And my father-in-law said, the factory ain't going to be a good life forever. And I'm thinking, no, I'm good. I was making good money. My mom been there 30 years. People know me. I've been there 7 years. I'm making good money. I was making about $18 an hour. This is 99.
No, you was cooking.
I was working. I was a maintenance dude. They just liked me, man. They was good people. I've been knowing my whole life older people. And my father-in-law said, man, I teach you how to cut hair, and I send you to college. And he paid for it.
Wow.
So I went to CC and was getting my apprentice license. I was working under him. So I would go to the barber shop and watch him cut hair for 3 hours a day. Never picked up clippers in my life. 3 hours a day, watch him cut hair. And I was like, man. And people was like, you gonna leave that good job for this? And I'm like, I know. He convinced me to do it. So I got my cosmetology license and my degree from CC around the same time. And I used to break down the boxes, do the shipping. Didn't know how to cut hair one bit on Jefferson. They had a building on Jefferson. I did that for years. Then I learned how to cut hair, and I built clientele, and He's backed up about 20 years ago. And me and my wife been running it ever since. She already does here. She has a degree from Grand Valley. She went to City. She graduated from City. You know, she one of them smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she graduated from City.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and at the end of the day, I understand why he did it now. He just wanted somebody to be able to take care of his daughter.
Mm.
So,
You know, I knew he thought about me in a certain way. He never said it, but he was thinking she come from a little money because of him. This guy from Ben Harbor gonna come, you know, take her money. He don't want her, you know. And I get it. It hurt when I thought about it went out years ago. But as I got older, I get it because I want the same thing. I be thinking, but I didn't know then because I was young. But now I know that. And we've been running the shop, man. See, most people that's from here, they got cousins, they cut family, they cut friends, they cut. I didn't know anyone I cut. I built all this clientele to be cutting 20 to 25 peoples a day, every day. At this point now, I built that. And the vodka and the other business is only successful because of the House of Styles. See, 60 years ago, my father didn't know he was sowing into me. Only God knew that everything, I would be in this position now because of the things that he did back then. See, that shop, all my customers sampled the product. They're all buying the product. They're all buying the hats. So it all starts from the House of Styles. As far as the entrepreneurship, it's just watching him. I didn't even know the word entrepreneur 7, 8 years ago. That's a new word they throwing around. I don't even know if I heard that as a kid. So,
I didn't.
You understand what I'm saying? So I still don't look at it like that. I'm cutting hair every day still, you know, even though we own it, but I'm still cutting hair every day. Just don't work out, I'll be cutting hair every day. So it's no pressure on me, but by him doing what he did, it allowed me, he wanted me to learn business. He wanted me to learn, and my wife does all of that at the shop. We got 7 employees, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just the House of Styles, brother. I learned how to cut hair. I didn't know how to cut hair, so I got a cosmetology license degree, got the book, you know, from the bottom of the bottle, go cop that. Book number 2 coming from after the bottle, you know. So it's just showing people think it's about the vodka when it's just about hard work and faith. It's not about the vodka at all. I stop it when the vodka comes out intentionally to let people know that it's not about the vodka. It's about hard work and faith. And that's all it's about, man. I don't know much else but hard work and faith. I don't know.
For sure.
I'm around hard-working people. My wife works hard. My father-in-law worked hard. He put 5 kids through college, not just school, college, from cutting hair. So I know it works, man, you know. So that's what I started cutting hair.
Growing up, man, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't stand them $7 Sundays.
Oh, no, because you had to go to anybody.
Anybody. It used to be packed, too. We used to be like, no, can we go next week? Because we used to always go to the Croc after, you know, man, it was $7. But as an adult, though, you know, hearing everything, like, man, it make a lot of sense doing that for the community. But
yeah,
as a
your
kid,
brother
though,
used to be bugging me.
like, Daryl.
I'm ready to go. He's calling your mom all day. I used to be like, man, shut up.
He'd be like, Daryl, can we use your phone?
Yeah,
Call mom
like,
all the time.
Shut up, man. You gonna be all right. But that's what he did it for, man. Community thing. We just stopped it after COVID because it was just too much. We had to clean and things like that. But yeah, man, it was $7 haircuts, man. We used to have 100 people on Sunday at least. From 11 to 5, we was cutting 100 people.
Wow.
Used to walk in, there'd be about 20, you know.
Yes, all the seats full, man. We get there at the door, they outside, bro.
Wow.
It was crazy. And my father-in-law did that 20 years.
Sheesh. So earlier you was talking about, you know, you was waking up at the crack of dawn and you was going up to Mr. Burger and you said, you know, you was learning about business marketing. Were you reading like different books or like, is there any books you'd like to highlight that really spoke to you that you think really?
Yes. Steve Harvey has a book called Jump. I'm not the greatest of the Steve Harvey fan like that, but that book, Jump, that's what it means, jump, go for it. And Damon John books, Power of Broke, who started FUBU.
Yep.
Those 2 books is the ones that made me jump. those 2 books, I ain't gonna lie, man. That Damon John book, because it showed you how I didn't know the word bootstrapping, never heard of it. I mean, when you ain't got no money, you out here still grinding like I'm still doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what bootstrapping is. And that's what he did with FUBU, and that's the power of broke. You don't have to have money to start something. Just start it. And that's what I did. And that Steve Harvey jump, oh my gosh, man. The word jump is the hardest thing in the world to do, though, in any profession, in any sport, in anything you do in life. But, man, when you do it, if you do it the right way, and that's what I promised myself, I'm going to be a Christian businessman. I'm going to be above board with everything I do, treat people right, do the right things. It might not be get me the most successful or the most richest or more than none, but I'm going to feel good. And as long as my wife is proud of me, my family is proud of me, I'm good. But those 2 books, man, but I read so many, brother. Wide, Power, you know, I can't think of his Simon. Even
Simon Sinek.
Yes. Your Why?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Cold. I ain't know nothing about none of that stuff, man. I was like, wow. I always read, but I always read like novels and stuff. Now, if it ain't got nothing to do with autobiographies or getting money or things like that, I ain't even touching it, brother. I swear. And I'm still reading 4 to 5 books a month. You know, all it gives you is 15, 20 minutes a day, man. Just take it out, read your Bible first. You know, listen to that first and then listen to a book, man. You done for the day. I don't do that extra. When I come home from work, I don't do much because sometimes I'm sipping on my vodka. So if I have a sip or 2, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not going nowhere or anything. So I do everything early. I'm an early person. I'll be in bed early, but I'm up even now I'm up before 6, not because I'm doing anything, just because I'm up. Because before my wife and my mom, which stays with me, they're not up yet. Once they get up, it's a go for them. I got to make sure my mama's straight. I got to make sure my wife's straight. You know what I'm saying? You need anything, but them 2 or 3 hours I get to myself, so I give myself an hour at least each morning. If I get 1 hour uninterrupted, I get more done than I get in a week. Give yourself 1 hour uninterrupted and put in, whatever it is. Like I got in Total Wine, I emailed them 35 times in a week until they responded to me. I wasn't going to stop.
Power of persistence.
I'm not going to stop. Especially an email. You can't see me. I'm like a troll. Ain't that what they call it? I'm like, I was killing them. I'm like, because they couldn't see me. They don't know me. All they going to say is no. If I was face to face, I might not have did anything. But you troll, shoot. And we got in Total Wine. All 4 of them in the state. I don't mean to talk my shit, but,
you go ahead, pop it.
Yeah, all right, 4 of them in the state, you know what I'm saying? But, as an alcohol company, black-owned,
yes,
family-owned, only money put into it, you know what I'm saying? We over 400-some stores, man, that we appreciative about. And it's all because of our family, friends, and the people that support us. People don't have to support you, brother. They don't have to support you. I don't care how good your product is. They can support it once, and we got a good product. All our ingredients is from Michigan. I'm a Michigan man. I'm a Michigan born and raised, so I love Michigan. Yeah. Everything, the wheat comes from Lowell. You know what I'm saying? Fire. So it's all these family and friends and family, man, did it all. It's not us. My wife got on board, and I haven't worn anything that hasn't said Stock the Bar on it in 7 years. I'm in church with a Stock the Bar pendant on or something because I figure if you're going to wear some brand, why not bring your own? If I buy something from Nike, it'll say Nike on this side, but on this side, it's going to say Stock the Bar too. Socks, underwear, everything. And my wife wasn't on board at first, but now she can't even go in her closet without. She be trying to go somewhere, and she's like, I don't have nothing that don't say Stock the Bar. We went to church this Sunday, and I'm like, she's like, what taking you so long? I said, baby, I don't got nothing that don't say Stock the Bar Vodka on it. I don't want to go to church and it say Stock the Bar Vodka on it. She said, where's your company? I said, yeah. I said, well, maybe I put my T-shirt under my shirt and say Stock the Bar on it. I got a little pendant to say I mean, this is real talk, man. And I make
Sure.
the stuff in my basement. I bought a heat press machine 2016, 15. After I bought them shirts, man, it took me for about a month before I pressed the button. $250. I was scared. Like, dang, what I'm going to do? And I had to get the prints, learned it, and everything I got. They stocked the bar.
Man, every time I come in for a cut, your little stand next to your workspace, it's new cups, it's knickknacks, it's new bottles, it's T-shirts, so
Everything.
stock the bar. You know what I'm saying? When you got your own brand, you got to really,
And I really believe people do. As far as risk takers, why would you not wear your brand
for sure
every day? LeBron wearing Nikes every day.
Every day.
Got a lifetime
Right?
deal.
They won't go. Remember Jordan wore the flag at the Olympics because they tried to make him wear Adidas. Covered that joint up. Like,
Bro,
hey, yeah.
I ain't saying like I'm LeBron, but I'm Daryl Reece.
Nah,
Hey, I hear you. Talk that talk.
You all the same.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to wear it every day. The
Yeah,
T-shirt under it going to say Stock the Bar. My hoodies say Stock the Bar. My beanies say Stock the Bar. My winter cap. I'm trying to figure out how to put it on gloves. You know, I ain't lying to you.
I hear
if I
you.
can get these headphones with Stock the Bar. Because I just believe it that much. I believe because it Stock the Bar started as a party and a get-together. It was my vision, manifestation of my vision of bringing good people together for an even greater cause.
Absolutely.
And that was my vision. And it started in the basement, man, with good people. Now we got a festival at Rosa Park Circle where we have over 2,500 people.
Amazing.
8 food trucks. You know what I'm saying? And we
Live
give
music.
them
Boy,
live
going
DJs,
crazy.
live music,
Live
man.
artists.
And you know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? We stopped the parties. I was going to stop it, but God told us, well, you got something else you got to do. But none of it's possible without our family and friends, man. They do so much, man. I can't thank them enough. I just can't thank these people enough, man.
Is there any moment that stands out for you on this journey that made you be like, that's just like, what has been that moment that like took your breath away? Like, wow, I didn't know like I could do this.
Getting in Meyer. So the first time I found out we were supposed to get in Meyer through COVID. A friend of ours, Gloria, talked to some people and I had a Zoom call with the Meyer. And they said, yeah, we can try to get you in there. And they said, okay, you're supposed to be in there. And I didn't know. No. So what happened was I take my mom to Meyer on 68th and Kalamazoo every Monday. I wheel her around and people started knowing us. And we came out to Vodka and they was like, this lady asked, why you looking up at the shelves all the time? And I said, well, we got a Vodka out and one day I want to be in Meyer. She was like, oh, that's nice. We go every week. And we got to talking, and they said, well, we might be in a store or two. I'm like, okay. Didn't know. So I was supposed to be in Meyer, and I stopped going to that store. Nobody knew. I didn't even tell my wife because we were supposed to be in there. I was telling people we was going to be in there, and I didn't hear anything back, so I was embarrassed. And I didn't tell my wife. I was embarrassed. I was like, I'm going to go to 28th Street Meyer. I started going there because I didn't want to go and see these people when they be asking, or I'm look on the shelf and be disappointed. So one day I'm at the shop cutting hair, and I get an email. And it looked and said, you're in 30 Meyer. I said, no way. And it said the one up there. Man, I stopped cutting that guy hair. I said, I got to go. I said, baby, we got to go. This is at the shop. This really happened. I said, baby, we got to go.
Half a fade.
Right.
I said, bro, I'll be back, but we had to go. So I'm nervous the whole way over there. My baby driving me. We get in there. We walk through there, and the damn bottle on the shelf.
What that feel like?
And I didn't even want to go. And the lady see me. Her name is Laura. She see me every day. I usually go. See, Meyer was still open 24 hours. People forget, so I'd be there at 5, 6 in the morning. Go early. I take my mama shopping, get her out the way, so I can go do what I got to do before I go to work. She used to be like, so I said, hey, I'm asking people, where's Laura at? Where's Laura? They was like, well, she's not, she's in the back. And I was like, can you call her for me? They called her for me. And I see her come around the corner. She do this. Because she always used to say scriptures and stuff to me. And she did this. And she just hugged me. And we both just crying. In the aisle.
Listening to a movie.
Man, what? Pursuit of happiness, like
brother,
for real, like.
Man, so then I turned into taking them pictures. I'm in front of them. She said, Daryl, they tried to put you in the back behind the frozen drink with the pouch drinks and things like that. But I told them, no, this is because they had a Michigan sale. This is a Michigan guy. He shops here. She advocated for us to be.
That's what's up, man. Blessings.
Laura.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Brother.
Shout out Laura.
Shout out Laura.
She don't even work there no more. But brother, she did that. She said scriptures for her. She said that, and I brung her shirts. And every time I went out there after that, I see her every Monday. She putting it on the shelf, and she advocating. She always said, "Thank you." And we talked, and then I didn't see her for a while. Till about 6 months ago, I'm in Panera, and we standing next to each other with her parents. And I'm like, Lord. She said, Daryl. She said, this is who I've been telling you about, Mom and Dad. Boy, you can't tell me God ain't amazing. Laura. That's her name, man. She came around that corner. So that was that moment, like, bro, you made it to Meyer. You come on, man. You know how many people trying to make it to Meyer? You know how hard it is to get on the shelf and how easy it is to get off?
People trying to make it to the corner store. You went
Right, you know what I'm
In
saying?
the beginning, I was happy to make it to the corner store. But I made it in Meyer. Then to book you up to 119 Meyer. That moment there, my wife know. It was, okay, baby, we gotta go back. Gotta finish this fade though. But that was the moment, man, where I said, but to be honest, every moment now, it's like, yeah, but okay, I got what's next. I still haven't patted myself on the back in 5 years.
You gotta live in a moment, D. You gotta
I
enjoy
know.
them.
That's what everybody tell me, bro, and I do want to, man, but yeah, I do want to, and I need to.
So it's definitely important. Because just like this summer, we was in Italy, and we were probably about 2 days in. We probably got 3-4 days left for the trip, and I'm just like, man, what's next? What we gonna do? I gotta do something next. I do something next. Old time we out to Japan. We ain't even there yet. I'm like, all right, we already did Japan, and I'm on a plane like. You ain't even there yet. You already worried about what's next. So like, man, you gotta enjoy them wins, D.
Makes sense.
That is.
I'm glad
crazy.
to hear that, bro, and I appreciate that. And people tell me that, but that was that moment, man. Even the first bottle getting in Bourbon Street on Alpine, they was the first person that bought it in a pyramid scheme. They was the first people to get it, man. That's like it's amazing because. People stop me all the time. Even my wife, they be like, man, D, how and I be like, baby, why they, you know what I'm saying? She was like, you'll be asking people too if they, you came out with your own spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I guess you are right. You know what I'm saying? But just to be a kid from Benton Harbor and Kalamazoo, man, I'm representing for them. I want to see, I ain't a ball player, you know what I'm saying? But I'm representing for them, man. I'm putting on for the people of Benton Harbor, Kalamazoo, and Grand Rapids, man. I'm a Michigan man. And I need to relax sometime. And, my wife, she like, you don't even want to take trips no more. I don't want to do nothing but sell some vodka. For real. Our suitcase be, that can't be over 50 pounds. Boy, we be at 49. We got a thing my cousin gave us so we can weigh it here because I got to get at least 5 bottles in there with me. We was on our way to Dubai. We supposed to go to Dubai a couple years ago.
You already went?
No, I was supposed to go. And we had it booked and everything, but hey, Meyer LPGA said you can be out here. Me and my wife was on the way to work. We was like, all right, I'll see you Dubai. I got to get out here. Wait a minute. Yeah, we supposed to go about 3 years ago, man. We was on our way to work, and we were both looking at each other. I was like, baby, we got to do this Meyer LPGA tournament. We can go to Dubai. Now I don't even want to go nowhere. But it's not that I don't want to go anywhere. I just ain't made enough money to travel the way I want to travel. Traveling gave me anxiety. Went to Cancun. You got to do this, put your bags here, take your clothes off. I remember when you can just walk through the airport 5 minutes before the plane and get on.
when I seen that and it said 99, I was like, man, I want to ask D. You know, obviously it's happening on camera. I was going to ask you off camera. How was it walking through the airport pre 9/11?
You walking right on the plane 5 minutes before. You know what I'm saying? I only flew a few times before. You know, I've been with my wife more than I've been living now, so that's crazy. You know
right, he had an epiphany like that.
Yeah, like, man. But the last time we went to Cancun, it was so much on the way back. It was just put your bags over here, then go get them off customs and do this and scan the QR code. I said, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And I go, if my wife want to go anywhere she want to go, I'll go with her. But I swear I don't want to, brother. Not outside the country. It's not that I don't like. My wife lived in Germany for years. She used to traveling 20 hours, and you know I gotta make more money or something to figure out a better way to travel where I can just. I gotta get on.
Need that PJ.
I gotta get a jet or something.
Yeah, I'm about to say you need that PJ.
I don't know how I'm gonna.
We need that stock the bar PJ.
Yeah, but it's just that. It's just the travel. Getting there, I'm fine, man. You know, I'm lovely. I used to go to Vegas. We got married in Vegas. We used to go to Vegas every year. Back then, I was younger. I remember 8 pair of shoes in the luggage with every outfit. Now I'm going with a pair of Hokas, black. Go with everything. I don't care if the shirt blue. I gotta fit them bottles in.
Right.
Hey, the bottles is going. If I stay here,
Sure.
we going. You know what I'm saying? So my point was I couldn't wait to get to Dubai to get on the camel with the bottle.
Sure. You got to make that happen.
I know,
sure.
man. But
It's decent now. I would say,
Yeah.
versus if you'd have went 3 years
Yeah, it was worse.
ago, or you would have went, now I would say 10 times you enjoy it. Now 'cause the laws every year get more relaxed.
Okay.
So, yeah, you out there on the bottle, they would have been cool. You should do it. You got to keep it on
that'd
your
have been
list,
dope,
D.
man. I do, man, but I know I gotta figure out how
Gotta get
not
some
to
fresh
work
air,
so
man.
much. Yeah, I know,
Gotta
man.
get some fresh air.
But I'm only child, bro. I like I got a backyard. I got all the fresh air I need.
Air
You know what I'm
different
saying?
over there.
I'm about to say.
Air different.
Yeah. But I don't, I'm 51, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a good 20 years left. Once you hit 50, man, ain't no great 50 left. You might not make it to 100, baby. Just think about that, though.
Ain't no great 50.
Ain't no great 50.
Yeah.
Your 89 ain't going to be like your 59.
Yeah. And
So I got to get to it 10 years.
Absolutely. And listening to you, over the years, that's why, that's why we live the way we do. Because,
Yes. Get out there.
Absolutely.
Man, we used to go to Vegas every year, bro. It was fun. We just went this year. My wife just want to love because she love the heat. Man, I do go because I do enjoy myself everywhere we go, man. I like being with my wife. I'm a big baseball fan, and we visit all baseball stadiums. I done been.
That's dope.
2004, man. I watched LeBron James his rookie year, last game of the season. I was in Madison Square Garden. I watched the Yankees play in Yankee Stadium on the same day. So I ain't saying I ain't did nothing.
You've been doing
Yeah, you live.
My wife
You
set up for
live.
that for my birthday.
Yeah.
So, that's 2004 or whatever. So I did some things. But I done seen LeBron play his rookie year at Madison Square and Derek Jeter play at Yankee Stadium. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You understand? I did some, you know what I'm saying?
You was moving around.
Yeah, and that's all because of my wife, bro. I wouldn't have did nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when I met my wife, I was one of them cats that come up, got all the shoes, got everything, but I ain't really got nothing. Then she taught me how to, look, you get anything you want. Just ain't got to buy it all right now. Nah, I don't want nothing.
That's real.
Nah, I don't want nothing. I got all the shoes. I can do everything, man. All I want to do is be happy.
That's it.
And do what make me happy. At 51, I'll be 52 in April. I ain't doing nothing else in life that don't make me happy. I guarantee you that one.
Sure.
That's real.
And I tell her I love her, but I ain't doing it if it don't make me happy.
You had said something that I really, 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 really agree with, and she is only doing, like you said, Christian based, doing good business, no matter what. I feel like it's really important to, no matter what the dollar amount is always making sure you're taking care of, business, doing good business, doing right by people, and always trying to leverage the opportunity over the dollar, because I don't care what it costs. She might be like, oh, you know how much they paying. I'd be like, man, I'm only gonna tell them this so I can make sure I get in the door and I can build this relationship. I can do this. I can do that. Like I feel like it's not always about the money. And how you said right now, you started this up with not even thinking about the money.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of power in consistency and persistence.
And that's the key, man. It's not always about, you know how many bottles I done gave out that my wife say you shouldn't have. You know, she comes from that, man. She's a business owner. I get it. I've never been a business owner, so until now, but I gift a bottle every restaurant I go. I don't gift bottles. I don't do it as much anymore. You know, I ain't giving you no bottles like that, you know, to people. You know what I'm saying? But I did it for the thing that say, it's like a drug dealer. It's a tester. You don't know me, and they don't believe the vodka is a great quality premium vodka because it's me and it's my wife. So why would you? I wouldn't believe he can't have better vodka than Grey Goose. Oh yes, we do.
For sure.
They can't have a bottle of Tito. Oh yes, we do.
Talk to them.
You know, we do. Anybody that drink vodka knows that we got a great vodka, and that's a guarantee. But it's not about the money. You know, we do want the money though. We do want y'all to drink up. I ain't gonna front. My wife ain't gonna like me if I don't say that. But no, it's not about the money, man. It's about, you know, if you do good business and you believe in God and you do right by people, that's gonna all come. Absolutely. This year, man, we do this again next year and talk again next year, man. It's gonna be a totally different conversation.
Sure. Of course.
It's gonna be a conversation like he said, bro, how do you get in the airport?
I remember you sent me that. I said, Merry Christmas.
He sent that to me the day before Christmas.
Crazy.
You in the airport as the house vodka. And, you know, he told me, we're going to make you a vodka. We're going to make it a house vodka. And they tell you that. He said, but we got 2 bottles of Absolute to go through. I said, I'll buy them. That all it takes.
Get him up out of there.
Let me go through TSA.
For sure.
I said, what? And then I get that email from the guy was, they don't have to, man. They don't owe me nothing. They don't owe us nothing. This is the airport. They can put anything or do anything for anybody they want to, and they chose to pour into us.
A black man,
bro,
man and woman.
A black man. My mentor told me at the Beer and Wine Fest, Eddie Tadlock, he's over the Voss Hall. He said, get you some stationery and handwrite thank you letters to everybody. Guess what I just got today? Stationery. And I've already got some before and wrote it to the airport people and the board and things like that. God is amazing, man. Absolutely. These people around me are amazing, man, that done helped me away. You know, I can't even name everybody, but these people, I mean, even y'all, man, y'all show me love. Los, I've been knowing since I've been in Grand Rapids 20, you know. His dad, his mom, I know his cousins, his uncles. I know all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? I just met you, man. You a good dude. I know your people. And, you know, his lovely fiance. You know, this is beautiful to me. It's not just good for you guys. It's also good for me. It's a good feeling because your age group and you guys is the people that I'm trying to tap into. And it's hard, brother, to get them to buy some vodka, some expensive vodka, but you know, that's the risk I'm taking. It's trying to get it there.
I got one more question. I was gonna kind of get back into a little bit of business stuff. Could you just give us, through your knowledge of what you learned, some gems to marketing?
Yes. Wear your brand. First and foremost, I didn't even know nothing about marketing, man, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good to have. I got a Facebook team that posts for me every day. I had to put a little money into it. It took me about 4 years to do that. They post because you're not trying to sell. It's just like any book, bro. All of this stuff is in books. All of this stuff is easy knowledge, but when you hear it, makes it more.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what books is for. Oh, I know that, but hearing it or reading the Bible, I know I should be doing good, but hearing it come from the Bible. So brand yourself, man. They say content. Man, they not lying about that. You know, they said, someone told me people look at your something 8 times before they remember it. Somebody just told me this December 1st. 8 times before they remember it. And I said, man, I used to look at people that post a lot. I'd be like, man, hating a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
I know what
I'd be a low-key
I
hater.
can't stand it.
Yeah, I'd be a low-key hater. But I see why they do it. I said, well, I want somebody to be low-key hating on me then, too, if it's working.
Yeah.
Because I remember that. So, you know, content, where your brand, man? Brand yourself. Like I said, I ain't nowhere where I need to be. But from a guy that started a party in the basement to then come out with a vodka, and the vodka is in over 400 stores, I've been doing pretty damn good at this marketing.
Yes,
so
sir.
Market yourself, brand yourself, man. Ain't no sense of, I see people all the time, man. I almost be getting mad at people. I be seeing them, they got a brand or something, and they be in the shop with Under Armour on or something. I'm like, man, why would you even do that, bro?
Sure.
When you could just go, this from Sam's Club. $20. Go put your brand on. I got on the back, the shirt under it. You know,
Get your 250.
I got chapstick.
For sure.
I got everything you need. That's gonna say stock the bar. If I had more money, oh my God, the TV will say stock the bar. Come across it. I'm not lying to you. My wife did this for me, man. She bought that. Her friend did the stock the bar. You know, so. When they get on board, when your mate get on board, as you know, when they get on board, boy. But marketing, man, is about, like they say, it's the cliche content. Mm-hmm. It's the cliche reaching the right people. You know, ours has always been smooth taste with a purpose, but we call it the clear choice because it's the easy choice. It's the clear choice, and it's always given, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is really started in this basement, man. A wife and a husband company, bro. That's, you know, you can't get no more American than that.
Yeah, talk to him.
Come on, man.
Right.
We cut hair. We cut hair every day, man. I'm seeing people that's proud of us, and the people don't understand how much proud I am of them, man. I'm just trying to brand, man. I want, you know, people call me Mr. Stock the Bar, bro. I ain't asked for that. Miss Stock the Bar. People don't even know my wife's name. They be like, hey, Daryl, Miss Stock the Bar. They don't know who she is, but they know Stock the Bar because it's a name, and I got it trademarked.
Smart.
Yeah. Get my money if y'all use them Stock the Bar parties.
I did want to speak on that too. And you didn't have enough money for the trademark. Tell people, you know, a trick they could do if, you know, they can't afford the trademark off the bat.
Oh, yeah. It's called a poor man's trademark. I did this years ago. But you write a letter to yourself. You put it in an envelope and you mail it to yourself and you never open it. That's a poor man's trademark. So they'll know that years ago, you first one, if it had to go to legality, the court and all of that, just never open it because that date will be stamped on there. So if somebody ever try to say I'm going to have stock the bar parties and stuff like that, I already had that. Didn't know it was legal. This is something I read years ago. Then in COVID time, I had to pay for trademark. It took about 9 months because everything was backlogged and everything. And you could do it yourself. I'd rather pay a fee than a fine.
Yeah.
I taught myself that, but I ain't got the money. I just wait until I can get the money. But I'd rather pay a fee than a fine. So I paid a copyright lawyer to copyright it.
Risk taking right there,
Risk
for
taking.
sure.
That boy said, mail it to yourself.
Yeah, bro, that was $3,500 for the
copyright.
Yeah, because the lawyer had to pay. I had to pay the lawyer, and I had to wait, make sure ain't nobody had a name, and you know I'm waiting, nervous every day, and you know, and it finally came through. So that was something else that I risk take on and didn't nobody know I was doing. It was through COVID. See, COVID for me helped me because people were still drinking. For one, it was the beginning of the vodka, and for two, it slowed me down. It says stay still. God says stay still. You got to get your business in order. You know, you got to get you a lawyer. You got to get you a copyright lawyer. These two separate lawyers. You got to get your CPA. You got to get all the stuff that business people do that I don't know nothing about. I learned through COVID because I ain't had no else. I couldn't go outside. We was stuck. So I was just researching, and I got that trademark, man. So anybody use that stock the bar, have a stock the bar party, come with that cash, baby. I spent a whole lot of money I ain't have at the time, you know what I'm saying, selling T-shirts. I was selling T-shirts, hats.
Whatever.
Man, I was selling whatever, man, and the book doing good. It's on Amazon, by the way.
Which we gonna put the link in for that. We gonna do the affiliate marketing for the book.
Yeah. So, man, I wrote the book. I had no idea I made it a short book because I just didn't want to get too complicated. And I came out on my birthday. So I wrote it just because I think people need to see a little short, fat, bald head guy come out with a book.
Got it a little bit hard.
You know what I mean?
I love how you describe yourself in the most humblest terms, and it's but I get it because that is how sometimes we stop looking at ourselves as what we just really are. We try to add all these layers, and it's just complicate things, and it's
I'm just a short bald head dude from Ben Harbor in Kalamazoo, man, and living in Grand Rapids. Love Grand Rapids, bro. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be here. So this is my city too. So I'm gonna pour into Grand Rapids like I pour into everything else, man. And people have been receptive, bro. My hometown, I love them. One of my best friends, Kalamazoo and Ben Harbor people, man, they used to come to this house, man, 250 people, man. We had people in the back. Just imagine it.
Right.
Down here, man, one time I walked down them steps, man, and it was people everywhere watching the fight. It was just unbelievable. And I was like, my wife is going to kill me. Because I wasn't inviting people. A lot of Ben Harbor people called it a Ben Harbor party. Man, they was pulling up at 2:30 in the morning. They was calling from Ben Harbor like, the party's still going on?
Everybody's still there?
Yes. They shooting dice in the driveway, in the garage. We done came a long way to then having parties at events. So 2022 came, the pandemic came, so we didn't have Stock the Bar party. So the next one came, we had the Vodka. So I printed out 5,000 flyers before the Vodka came out, and I was mailing them to everybody I knew in the country. I didn't even know it couldn't be out of Michigan. So I broke 3 printers, printing them out, smelling them everywhere. People was going to these stores, man. Yeah, I'm coming out with a vodka. So when I went to a lot of these stores, they already knew about it. Imagine that, man. I was putting them in envelopes, mailing them to them. People was putting the posters up at the stores, all the hood liquor stores.
That's incredible, man.
5,000, man.
Go back to that community you was talking about.
Yes. Bro, they showed me love. And I love them back, man. You know how many people love you, man, when you're trying to do something. People say, oh, man, people don't support. They don't support you because who have you supported? See, they used to have parties in Ben Harbor, my boy Tay and them. They know I don't go, but I'm sending money for a couple of tickets because I know this is what you do. It just poured back into me, man, when it was my turn. 5,000 flyers, man. I broke 3 planters, man. I was in this basement getting it in, man, making shirts, and they was going to the stores, bro. These people knew who we were. I was like, oh, this is incredible. And it's still, to this day, man, people, but we had the party, man. So that year we had it. Once the vodka came out, we had it. People was excited about it coming out. I had fake bottles, bro. I didn't even have a label on it. I put paper with a sticker. I don't know if you remember those coming in the shop. I had a bottle sitting there with a piece of paper, printed it out.
I still got the bottle with the original logo.
Yeah, the look, man. I was trying to get the look. And then after it came out, 2022, we came out. We had our last party we was going to have. Man, I had over 450 people from all over the country. Wow. And we only sold tickets to people we know or somebody they know. So we could have sold another 500, 1,000 a week. But we didn't want everybody because it started as a family, community event. So we kept it that way. So we wouldn't I don't care if you was my cousin that handles alcohol, because that's all with your ticket price. Whatever your ticket price, you pay, you drinking all you want, you eating all you want, you partying all you want, man. And we had some hired people there. It was a dope event, you know what I'm saying? And that was the kicker for the vodka, man. kind of soared after that. So,
Anything you anything you want to say in closing?
No, the marketing question is my last question, man. It's just
did I answer it?
Yeah,
Right?
no, you
Okay.
yeah. Just use it. I just want to say appreciate you sitting with us, man. It's been a blessing, and appreciate you sponsoring us, man. That's a blessing as it can be,
Man,
for us to just be
already
starting.
know,
Yeah,
bro.
good.
So I got one more question.
Go ahead.
You mentioned earlier that you have not found anybody yet in Michigan that can give you any tips or real help on how to sell vodka in Michigan or a spirit. Could you be that person for the people and pretty give a couple tips on if somebody want to start their own spirit,
Yes.
what direction would you send them in? What type of stuff to look out for, do's and don'ts.
The first thing you have to do is get you a lawyer. I'm telling you, you need to learn the laws. Learn your lawyer, get you a brand, what you want to come out with, figure it out, work it out with people, figure out, see, people say, why vodka? I said, well, that's the opportunity they gave me. If they would have said gin, we'd have had a gin. I wasn't privy to no vodka. We come up drinking Hennessy and stuff like that, but that type of stuff have to sit in barrels and age. Vodka, you can just make, you got vodka, you got grapes, which is Ciroc. You got Grey Goose, which is wheat. That's what ours is, a red winter wheat. You got potatoes and you got corn when they make vodka. So it's not like a lot to making vodka. It's just how many times you filter it to make it that smoother taste.
How many times?
7.
All day. So, you want to do that first. Get with what you want to do. You want to get a lawyer. You want to learn the laws. You want to study the laws because nobody's going to tell you. But if you need some help, I'm here to tell you. You ain't got to go through what I went through. And you need to figure out who's going to make it for you if you're going to do it yourself. MLCC was Michigan Liquor Control Commission, something like that. But you got to get an ADA, which is a distributor, because in Michigan you got to have a distributor. It's 3-tier state. It's the supplier. It's the supplier, the manufacturer, and the state. Which is the state is your is like RNDC is ours. That's we call it the state, but it's really the distributor. You can't take vodka or alcohol to the stores yourself in Michigan. Once it's shipped to the distributor, it's out of your hands. I can't sell it. I can't talk to nobody. I can't do nothing. They look on a list at the store just like they look at everything else, and they say stock the bar vodka, and they order it. Yeah, and that's the way they can only order at least 3, but they can order how many cases they want. And the liquor stays at the state, which is in Livonia, is our RNDC, which is the biggest distributor in the country. Mm-hmm. And you have nothing to do with it after that. You can't touch it. I can't take these bottles like, I can't sell this out the trunk. Nothing like that. They can take my license. And, being a black man, you got to be above board. So I make sure I'm above board. I don't do anything illegal. Why wouldn't I? I would want to sell them out the trunk. But that's not the right way to go. But get you a lawyer. Find out what brand you want to do. Get you a person to make it for you unless you make it yourself. Do as much research as you can because nobody's going to help you but me. Because they look at you as competition. I'm not naming names, but I went to some of these big places here in town and in Holland, asking them to mentor me, teach me how to distill or something like that. They say, oh, yeah. Then they ghost me. But it's no big deal. That's, I can't get ghosted by God.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. So that's somebody that ain't gonna never ghost you, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a gem.
I ain't gonna never get
That's a
ghosted
gem.
by God, but at the times I was upset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, why won't they just? I ain't even your competition, bro. This ain't even 1% of the. Tito's is the number 1 vodka in the world.
Tito's is
number 1 in the world, bro.
I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, number 1 in the world. Smirnoff was forever. Tito's is the number 1 in the world, but they've been around since '95. Look how long it took them to be number 1.
Yeah,
I got some time.
Got some time.
I got it, and they just became probably not even 10 years ago. I remember people didn't know what Tito was.
Right,
It was just in Texas, but they don't have the best product, but you don't have to have the best product to be the best. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have the best product to be the best. You got to know how to market it. And I ain't nowhere, man, near, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going to front like I am. But to people, it seems that way. But to me, I'm just here in the basement, you know what I'm saying? Grinding it out. But we moving, brother. And with y'all help, man, and with the sponsorship of y'all thing, man, I appreciate y'all. And Los already know, man. I told Los it's just to ask. He know that. It ain't even like, well, D week. Nah, man. It's just ask me. If I can do it, I can do it. You know, like I said, I'm going to be 52. I'm going to say no if I can't do it.
Sure.
But if I say I can, I'm all in, man. You know, if this is a limited edition bottle that we ain't came out with yet. Our bottle is a little Cronin, we just coming out with it for a little while to see how it look. It's a sleeker look, and we going down. Our prices at the stores is $29.99, but we're going down to $25.99 effective February 2nd, because we think it'll sell better and we think it'll move faster. You know, people, because a lot of the companies done came down on their price. You can't be more than Grey Goose. I mean, just not. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's kind of crazy. So just to put that out there, man. I don't know if that's good information or not, but
yeah, absolutely.
It's just to let people know.
D, we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
We don't got no bottle to give you, you know, because you the sponsor of this. So, you know, you came with your own bottle for this episode.
Right, this one is y'all.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say in closing? Shout out, you know.
Yeah, man. I want to shout out Team Stock the Bar. Y'all, I make sure I be sharing this with everybody, man. Team Stock the Bar, my wife, man, my mom, my dad, Byron at
Shout
the
out
shop.
Byron.
You know, best barber in Grand Rapids. I don't care what nobody say. He used to be an apprenticeship of mine. I used to cut his hair as a kid. Now he was apprenticeship. He ain't called in and worked 6 years. Yeah, he got kids. He just sold 3 of his prints. He just sold 3 of his prints to Corwell Health. They got a ribbon cutting next week. Corwell Health bought 3 of his prints, bro. So I'm proud, super proud of him. He takes all the pictures for me. He go everywhere with me, man. You know, he started, you know, so I want to shout out Team Stock the Bar, man. Everybody, they know who they are. Pieces of Reese's, my nonprofit foundation. We got Essential Closet where we get kids clothes for the elementary. So we trying to, kids need gloves. Kids need leggings.
Coats.
Kids need coats.
Backpacks.
You know, backpacks is, everybody giving them backpacks, but they need, some kids are homeless at 5th and 6th grade, bro. So we doing that also. That's another thing we're doing. So check that out at piecesofreeses.org, stockthebar.com, House of Styles. That's a barber's beauty salon. So we doing a bunch of things, my wife and I, man. And she, you know, I want to thank my wife, Deborah. She's been the reason that I can be able to keep it going, you know. What Snoop say, and I want to thank myself. No, I'm just kidding. I want to thank me. No, I'm just kidding.
Forever.
You know, took a lot of risks. You deserve it. Thanks to yourself. You know, pat yourself on the back. You said you were
right.
Come on,
right. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all.
Also, one last thing, what we like to do now is ask our risk takers if there's any risk takers that they would like to highlight, and we'll invite them on the show in the future. So if there's anybody you could think of that you think deserves to be highlighted, please shout them out.
Yeah. Byron Nicholson. I'm going to tell you, brother, B got to, because he's new at it, man. He's just, and it only been a year, you know. Sure. He's new at it, bro. But the way my father-in-law poured into me is the way I'm pouring into him. And he's come along quicker than I would even come along because he's a smarter individual. He has me. You know,
you already bumped your head a couple times.
Yeah,
you know?
he has me. So, and he has a family, man, and you know, a family man. So Byron Nicholson is a Black Thor Photography, you know. So get with him, man. And he was gonna come through tonight, take the behind the scenes pictures and stuff, but it was too. We got kids. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, bro.
All right. Cool. Well, we appreciate you
all the time, brother.
Thank you so much,
all
man.
The time, man.
Inspiration. Much needed
Appreciate
words.
y'all, brother. I hope I did all right.
Oh no, you did amazing.
Amazing interview.
Yeah, bro. Like I
Amazing
said, you had me
interview.
over here and shedding a couple tears when you talking about God and all that, man.
But that's cool, man.
Limited edition bottle.
Yep.
Go
Stock
grab
the
the
Bob
book.
Vodka.
We're gonna have
Book.
both links in the bio if we gotta check out.
Is the liquor? Can you get liquor on Amazon?
No,
No, you can't.
you can't sell liquor in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Online.
Okay.
I didn't try.
Yeah.
Okay.
I done tried to. People asked me to ship them bottles. I said no.
Nah, you
But
gotta
if
go get
they
that.
want to know where to get it, you still got the
It's on my
directory.
website.
Got you.
Yeah,
Still on
all
there.
the
Okay.
places.
Put
And
your
I'm not,
website
I
up,
can't
too.
advertise Meyer on social media that we in Meyer. That's a law.
Okay.
So,
Well, we gonna advertise it.
Yes, you can.
Risky Business advertising at Stockton Bar is in Myers all across the Midwest. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
Shout out. Risk takers, we out.
Peace.
Woo.
I'll let your boy.